Focus story in this bulletin at 4 p.m. Could the 26/11 carnage been avoided? A sensational report by the New York Times claims that intelligence agencies of three nations had gathered information about the terror strike, but all three missed the plot. The New York Times report claims that British, American and Indian intelligence agencies had gathered various details about an attack on Mumbai through their high-tech surveillance tools. The British government communications headquarters was spying on Lashkar's technology chief Zarar Shah. Shah was also under scrutiny of Indian intelligence agencies, and the US too had picked up signs of a plot and had warned Indian security officials several times in the months before the attack. The report claims that India and Western counter-terrorism agencies began to pick up chatter about a potential attack in Mumbai in early 2008. CIA warnings even singled out the iconic Taj Mahal Palace Hotel and other sites frequented by Westerners. But shockingly, no one put all these intelligence inputs together to avert the attack that killed 166 people. I want to immediately cut across at this juncture to our strategic affairs editor, Gaurav Sawant. He's on the phone. He's in fact joining us live from the newsroom. Gaurav, three countries had picked up intelligence: America, England, and what is most shocking is India itself had intelligence of an impending terror strike where Mumbai Taj Mahal Hotel was concerned. How is that the intelligence of all three countries, including India, could not be tied together and come up with a conclusion?
Preeti, sadly, the United States, United Kingdom and India did not join the dots. There were specific intelligence inputs. Intelligence agencies were monitoring the computer of Zarar Shah. Zarar Shah was heading the computer wing of the Lashkar-e-Taiba, and for months his computer and his internet habits were being watched. Government of India and the British government knew that he was trawling through sites in Mumbai. He was looking at the iconic Taj Hotel. He was looking at the Navy. He was looking at landing sites. He was looking at Gateway of India. All of these bits and pieces were there. The CIA had given three specific intelligence inputs about the iconic Taj being, it could come under attack by terrorists based in Pakistan. Unfortunately, none of these dots were joined for the bigger picture to emerge. There was also another specific intelligence input that the Americans had, and that was Zarar Shah being in touch with an American VoIP company, New Jersey, and that company where Zarar Shah pretended to be Khadak Singh, an Indian businessman. That company wrote back to him saying that there's no chatter, there is no communication, no traffic on this VoIP address, and he said there will be a lot of traffic at this site, where you divert phone calls. So instead of a phone call emerging from Pakistan, it would emerge as if it was appearing from the third country. He said there will be traffic by the end of the month, end of November, and yet these little inputs were not pieced together, and 26/11 happened where 166 people from several countries were massacred by Pakistani terrorists.
Gaurav, that's what prompts me to my next question. It wasn't that there was vague intelligence. There was specific intelligence where the name of the Taj Mahal Hotel, where Gateway of India was concerned, everything was picked up. So it's not that we're actually clutching at straws. They had specific intelligence about the Taj Mahal Hotel, and with what you just pointed out, specific intelligence about even the month where November came into play. How is that India sat and napped on something like this?
Some of this information, sadly, was in the archives. It was somewhere in the logs of the British intelligence and the American intelligence. It's only when the first bullet was fired on 26/11 that information was shared immediately. And as Shiv Shankar Menon, the former National Security Advisor, has been quoted as saying, suddenly a fuzzy picture became very clear. In fact, David Coleman Headley, that Pakistan-born American terrorist, his wife, his estranged wife, had complained to the authorities that her husband was roaming around in Mumbai and, doing surveillance. She alerted the American intelligence agencies that bits of intelligence were passed on to India, but never specific intelligence which could be actioned on.
Yes. Gaurav, very quickly, now take us through the lessons learned. India napped on specific intelligence where 26/11 was concerned. Now, are we in a better position, especially where counter-terrorist agencies across countries are concerned? Are we better equipped right now to deal with intelligence such as this?
Preeti, post 26/11, there were a series of changes in the intelligence mechanism. A multi-agency center was set up that even bits and pieces of intelligence that may come in from different parts of the world or different parts of the country, and they are pieced together for a bigger picture to be evolved. That perhaps India is better off. In fact, sources in the intelligence agencies tell us that several other terror attacks have been foiled because of multi-agency centers and state multi-agency centers, SMACs being in place. There's better intelligence sharing and coordination with America, with Britain. But the end result is that a country like Pakistan still refuses, one, to accept that its terrorists were involved, and two, take action against state actors in Pakistan who were involved in the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. And that is the world's Achilles heel, Pakistan.
Well, you're right there. Gaurav, do stay on with me. I want to immediately bring in Majid Memon, a legal luminary and politician. Mr. Memon, very quickly, sir, what do you make? 3 countries had specific intelligence. We are not talking about vague intelligence. Gaurav, my colleague, just pointed that out. Specific intelligence about the year, about the month, about the Taj Mahal Hotel, about the gateway of India under the terror radar. Yet, we couldn't piece together the dots.
Well, it is the evidence in this matter is required to be collected with utmost care, caution, and professionalism. Because, now, for example, in Pakistan, when Lakhvi's remand application was presented, probably it was not properly backed by the prima facie evidence against the man, which resulted in grant of bail by the first court. Now, naturally, of course, they are going to the higher court and seeking his remand, because ordinarily anywhere in the world, for any accusation of this nature, where the involvement of the man is in such a serious case like 26/11, then question of bail is wholly ruled out. You can't get bail in a case of terror, which is something in the nature of 26/11. Therefore, there was something seriously wrong. But then when we are collecting evidence, our professionalism, as far as the investigating agency is concerned, is under a great test, because we have to establish conspiracy, because this offense has been committed in such a manner that some people who are pulling strings from outside Indian territory. And therefore, we must collect evidence which must inspire confidence, because the scrutiny of the evidence that we are going to come forward with has to be done by diaspora outside India. And whether it's Pakistan court, whether US court, UN or any other country, we must have satisfactory material for making out a prima facie case against anybody.
Appreciate you joining us, Mr. Memon. We'll, of course...